Welcome back to the PBC, Pelican Bay's Corner, with your boy Pelican Bay K9s, giving it to you the way I always do, fair, unbiased, raw, and uncut. Some gonna like it and some ain't, man. It just is what it is. Big salute and big shout out to all the brothers out there, sisters out there taking care of them pets, no matter what kind of pet you got across this world, man. It's a job indeed. We got some dog news, breaking dog news. We got some dog topics to speak about from around the board. And we're going to speak about the battlecross part 2, because I got some more information when it comes to the battlecross. So we're going to speak about that. Like I said, I hope everybody's having a great day. All my brothers and sisters down in the chat, I hope y'all having a great day. Everybody that's watching and listening, we just about to get into this dog talk like we always do, man. But first, the first part I want to talk about is 5-month-old toddler was mauled by the family pet. We starting to see this all too much, man, where the family dogs, not the dog down the street or the stray dog or the dog over here, or the family dogs are hurting the family. You just got to be careful out here, man. You got to, how they say, stay vigilant, stay alert. And this is the thing, my opinion. When you have a child, because I'm going to let y'all watch the video and the lady's going to say that this is, the dog did something unexpected. When you have a child, under a year old, my opinion, and like I said, this is my opinion, it's not going to stop, people from doing what they're doing. My opinion, a child that young shouldn't be around a loose dog. Okay, if you got a young child and you may have a Chihuahua or some kind of small dog like that, it's cool. But we like to think that every dog is peaceful besides outside of the pit bull terrier or your bulldog or your bully breed dog. We'll think, oh, I can have this dog around a poodle. I can have this child around a poodle. I can have this child around this breed of dog or that breed of dog. If it ain't a pit bull or a bulldog breed dog, they're safe around the dog. Listen, man, when you're dealing with a child that's under a year old or even close to a year old, 2, 3, when you're dealing with a child, specifically in this case, 5 months old, it don't take but one bite for that child to either be seriously injured or be fatally injured. And in this case, the child was fatally injured. And nobody, the owners of the dog, they like, we don't know why it happened. The dog just snapped. And the dog was raised, as you're gonna hear, the dog was raised around 2 other kids already. Now, that goes to what I was speaking to y'all about. Jealousy when it comes to these dogs. We can train these dogs and we can communicate with them, and we can communicate with them the best we know how. But at the end of the day, we can't talk. The dog can't talk, rather, to actually say what he's thinking or what's going on in his mind or her mind. So when these dogs attack these children, it's too late to ask questions. It's too late to wonder why it happened. We got to try to prevent it from happening. Treat the situation like, I don't care how friendly your dog is. Treat the situation, if you got a small child in the area, like that dog will do something at any given time. Now, when you got a child 5 months old, and this is, like I said, this is my opinion. When you got a child 5 months old, you shouldn't have a loose dog in between you and that child. Let's say, for instance, you cooking something on the stove. Your child is laying on the sofa or laying on the floor on a blanket or something, or in their little seat, just sitting down, and they in a whole nother part of the room. And in between you and that child, the dog is wandering all around. That can really lead to, what we have here. Because like I said, it only takes 1 second, 1 bite for a child that young, to be seriously hurt or lose their life. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna say it like this, right? because we always say practice responsibility. You know, the owners could be practicing responsibility all they want. They can be practicing responsibility. But something triggers that dog off. You know, just because the dog was raised with one child, two children, you know, keep in mind, you know, the dog is getting older. The same way we start off as young teenagers, and then we get to young men, and then we get to older men, and our attitudes change. Our way of thought changes. The same thing happens with that dog. That dog was 1 year old, 2 years old, 3 years old. He was thinking a certain kind of way. Now he's a little bit older. He's thinking a whole nother way. You know, we like to slide our human thoughts to that dog, like that dog's supposed to be thinking like you, and because you's a human, and you think that dog's supposed to be thinking like you. In actuality, you know, you don't know what the dog's thinking. You know, and like I said, man, once it happened, it's too late. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get into this news, and then we're gonna get into some of this pit bull talk as far as these crosses and breeding techniques and stuff like that. So y'all know where y'all got it from first, man. It's always a tragic situation. Let's get into this news.
Everybody, I'm Roop Raj. We begin with a heartbreaking situation unfolding in Novi at this hour. A newborn baby found dead this morning, and police say it appears she may have been attacked by the family dog. Let's get live to Fox 2's Scott Wolchek. He's in Novi. And Scott, what have you learned so far?
Hey, Roop. Yeah, this is just horrific to hear about. So this baby girl was only 5 days old, and police say that this morning a family member had found her with puncture wounds, and police say that those puncture wounds appear to be consistent with as if it was from a dog attack. So right now that dog has been taken to Oakland County Animal Control. Its fate will really depend on the outcome of this investigation. This happened earlier at the Oakland Glens mobile home park that's off a 13-mile road. Police not saying who was at home at the time of this incident, but very preliminary into this very tragic situation. We were also able to catch up with the grandmother of this little baby. Here's what she said happened. Take a listen.
He came out briefly and told me that the bassinet was there and the baby was asleep in it. And the dog, who they raised around other kids, for some reason knocked the bassinet over and killed the baby before they could get to her. Right there. He thinks the dog did it just to attack the baby. But the dog's been raised with the other, you know, he's got other toddlers in there.
Oh. Right.
So we don't know what actually happened, other than the dog snapped out right in front of everyone. The dog killed the baby. It looks to me like it was an accident.
Just horrible to hear about. Now, she said that the dog is about average sized. It's a mix, and they do have other little kids in the home. Never had any kind of issues like this before. Of course, Novi police here are investigating this, and we'll see what the outcome of their investigation is. For now, reporting live in Novi, Scott Wolchek, Fox 2 News. Roop, back to you.
Yeah, Scott, just to be clear, in the room, in the mobile home when this all happened, who else was present at that time, and any more ideas about the kind of dog this was?
Yeah, we do not know who was in that room and who was present. Police were not releasing that information, and the grandmother wouldn't really tell us exactly who was in there at that time either. You know, obviously very emotional time, and it's very early on into this. So that's pretty much where it's at. So we'll have to find out from the police who might have been there.
Just absolutely heartbreaking. Our thoughts go out to the family and the friends of this family right now. Scott Wolchek for us live in Novi tonight. Thank you for that report.
Now, I seen one article said it was a pit bull. I seen one article said it was a pit bull mix. Don't even matter right now. You know, don't even matter. What matters is keeping the situation from happening all the way around. You know, we can't say if that woman wouldn't have had, or that them folk wouldn't have had a cocker spaniel, that wouldn't have happened. You know, we can't say that. You know, the same, you know, you have animals that just unpredictable things happens with these animals. You might have a pet snake that you can just hand and you can handle them, and you can, somebody want to, you know, your friends come along and you can pass them to your friends and let them hold them and play with the snake and hold them, and just so happen one day the snake bites somebody. We don't know what that snake was thinking about. You know, we don't know what's on his mind. All we can say is, oh, he never did that before. He's doing something, you know, he normally wouldn't do. That's all our answers. That's all we have to respond with when this type of stuff happen. Oh, he don't normally do that. He don't normally do that. Won't bring that child's life back, you know? So like I said, man, it's not even about responsibility. You know, it's about making sure them kids and the people in your family is safe. You know, don't bring a dog into your family if you're not 100% sure your family is safe around this dog. And like I said, because your family was safe for 6 months, a year, 2 years, you know, that don't mean anything, especially when we're getting these dogs from rescues. Now, it didn't say anything about that, whether the dog was raised with the family or if the dog was a rescue. Either way it go, you know, we get jealous. We get jealous when we see certain things. You know, we may have friends that we deal with, and then the friends start hanging with other friends, and you may get jealous. As humans. So as a dog, you know, the dog don't know how to, like I said, he don't know how to speak. So he may lash out and do something what he think is right. Or I'm gonna get rid of this component. You know, I'm gonna get rid of this person because before this person came, I was getting all the attention. You know? So I'm gonna get rid of this person. And things happen just like that, man. Things happen just like that. But what I do want to talk about, you know, here, before we get into this battlecross talk, I want y'all to watch this video. I know y'all done seen it on Facebook, you know, throughout all the, you know, the groups and different things. It's picture of this chocolate pit bull right here, the video of this chocolate pit bull, and I want you to watch it. You know, great looking pit bull. I'm not real big on chocolate dogs, but I must say, man, this dog right here, it made me, you know, I like that dog. You know, I love how that dog look. Great looking dog, man. Real impressive looking dog. You know, it's the way, I'm gonna say it like this. The way that dog look is the standard for the red-nosed American Pit Bull Terrier. You know, how they say Kobe had the dog that they used for the standards back in the early 1900s with the AK or UKC or whatever it was. Mr. Kobe dog was the standard. I want to say picture. One of them dogs was the standard for what the pit bull is supposed to look like. That dog right there is a true pit bull. You know, now, my thing ain't this, you know, to get up, you know, like I said, he's a good looking dog. But my thing is, I looked at the comments of some of these, what some of these brothers was thinking or saying rather. And it amazes me, man. It amazes me. You know, what I want y'all to do is look at these comments. These comments is crazy. You know, one brother say he's never been in the match. Now let me ask y'all this, right? Let me ask y'all this. He's never been in the box. He's never been in the match. You know, that's why I tell brothers, you know, this is a whole different era now than the era I came up in. A scratch dog don't mean he been in the box. Scratch dog mean you didn't try to heal up your dog. You don't know how many people got dogs where you can't see no scratches on them, but they done been looked at already. They done been down in the square. They got wins already, but they not scratched up. Every dog don't have to be scratched up that been in the box. Scratched up just mean you was getting your ass handed to somewhere or another. You was getting bit on somewhere or another. It don't mean you was losing. It just mean you was getting bit on. How many brothers get up here and give you stories about dogs in them squares back in the days? I guarantee I can get a brother up here, drop the link, get a brother up here to give me a story of a dog that didn't take damage when he went in that square. See, brothers, you got brothers that rub creams on their dog skins. Different colors of dogs, it don't show much. But what I will say is with a chocolate dog, if you don't take care of the skin, the cuts will show because it's a dark colored dog. But just because you don't see scars, brothers go to assuming this and assuming that. And when you see scars, brothers go to assuming this dog is a warrior. Ass backwards dog game. That's why I'm telling you. I'm on y'all ass out here. You thought PBK9 was giving it to you fair and unbiased, raw and uncut for the last couple years? Man, listen here, man. Listen here, it's on and popping now. And I don't give a damn who it is that's on the end of that barrel. You know what I'm saying? These folk out here be talking the lamest, dumbest shit when it comes to these pit bull terriers. You know? And then I click on some of these brothers, they be older brothers. It don't be no little jits, 17, 16, 18. Older brothers. Dog haven't been matched. So we got one dog that I seen, the black dog on Facebook that was super scratched up. They say he was a killer. Then you got another dog that I seen on Facebook that looked damn good, and they say he never been in a box before. Y'all know every damn thing besides the right shit, you know? Oh, let me put this down in my notes too, you know? South Carolina ain't the bulldog capital. Let me talk about that. We're going to talk about that as well. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit hurt some of y'all brothers' feelings as well. Talking about cap this and cap that. Man, let's hear. We'll talk about that in a minute. You know? Now, the comment up under that pit bull video that got me the most was when the brother said, chocolate dogs aren't pit bulls. What in the hell planet did this guy live on? You know? If a chocolate pit bull is not a pit bull, then ain't nobody got pit bulls out this bitch. You know? Period. Black pit bulls ain't pit bulls. Buckskin pit bulls ain't pit bulls. Brundle dogs ain't pit bulls. White dogs with them Dalmatian spots on them, they're not pit bulls. You know? That's the first time in my life I ever heard a grown man say a chocolate pit bull wasn't a pit bull. First time in my life, dog. I don't know if Facebook making y'all dumber or y'all just already just dumb as hell and just coming out about the blue. You know, and like I said, when I see this nonsense, that let me know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing out here. You know, I'm staying in my lane, in my zone. I ain't trying to fit in with y'all motherfuckers. You know, you got to watch it because folk out here, you know, everybody trying to get something. Everybody's trying to get something from the situation. You know what I'm saying? And nobody trying to put nothing in. You know, like I said before, I'm good with the dogs I'm running. You know, I'm not trying to put myself in the same situation as everybody else in. I'm in the situation I'm in. You know, and I'm doing it how I know how to do it. Speaking what I know when it comes to these dogs, not letting the next person try to down what I'm saying or discredit what I'm saying, or because you older than me, I'm supposed to say, oh, everything you saying is right. Nah, the motherfuckers was older than me that shit me with Sambo the first time. So an older person shit me then. So I don't believe all these old bulldog talk. See, it's the older bulldoggers that's saying all this sperm is over here. All this sperm is over there. The older bulldoggers doing all this. What's the older bulldogger dream? to catch somebody that just want to listen, just want to listen to everything and believe every damn thing you say. You know what I'm saying? Don't put no kind of check into it. Don't do no kind of research on the shit that you getting told by some of these older bulldoggers. I know I can look at a dog. I know how to read a dog, and I know what I'm looking for in a dog. You know what I'm saying? I know when I see this particular trait, and I know when I see that particular trait. I know when I see something I don't want, and I know when I see something I do want. You know? I don't give a damn if it's, I don't care what bloodline it is. You know, if I spot it, I spot it. I'm not going to ignore it. If I see something I don't like because it's a Big John dog, I'm not going to ignore it. I'm going to get rid of that. That trait I'm talking about. Put some more stuff in it to wash that out. You know? Because I don't like this. Don't breed this to that. Because I don't like this. Oh, because it's Big John, I'm a Walkable dog, I'm going to ignore it. Nah, that ain't what I'm doing. You know, I want high quality working dogs, man. High quality working dogs. You know, game dogs. You know, dogs that's gonna work until they can't work no more. That's what I want. I will say big salute to everybody doing the positive things out there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, old Yellow One dog bringing them in left and right when it comes to them hogs, man. Yellow One, boy, your freezer gonna should be full up right about now. You know, all them hogs your dog done took over the past couple weeks, month or so. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is, man. Check the brother Yellow One videos out on Facebook. His dog catching them hogs. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a video right now. You know what I'm saying? Yellow One dog out there doing his thing, catching them hogs, you know, because I support the brothers that's doing the positive out here.
Bye.
I ain't trying to get nothing from you, Yellow One. I don't need nothing from you to represent and support the brothers doing positive. That's the difference. You gotta watch out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got ulterior motives out here in this dog game. You know? Don't put yourself in a situation to lose. Don't put yourself in a situation to fail, to be cool, to be down, to fit in. You know? That's why I said from day one, fuck the get along game. You know, it is what it is, man. Some gonna like it and some ain't, you know. So let's get into this battlecross talk. You know, a brother explained to me, you know, what was explained to him, and I can, you know, I understood what he was saying when it came to the battlecross. What is a battlecross? You know, I said, in my opinion, because when I hear brothers speak about, oh, this is a battlecross. When I hear brothers speak it, they speak it like these dogs are supposed to be different than these dogs. Oh, this dog right here should give me better results in the box than this tight bred dog. You know, that's what I mean. It's like brothers speak about the battlecross like they supposed to have a better chance of winning with the battlecross than the other dog. But when I got explained, when one brother explained it to me, you know, and big shout out to that brother. When he explained it to me, you know, he explained it as in a way as if it's a breeding technique. Inbreeding, line breeding, outcrossing, battlecross. You know. So you know, like I said, we speaking about that. The battlecross. I'm gonna give you an example of what a battlecross is. You see how Mellow Yellow was bred. You know, all right. Now, I got all that walking on right there. This is going to be 4 dogs it's going to take to make this battlecross. 4 dogs. You know, and they all have to be bred like Mellow Yellow. Not the same bloodline, but they got to be bred from top to bottom, one particular strain of dogs. You got Mr. Boudreaux. Everything in this dog right here is coming down off Mr. Boudreaux dogs. Every single dog from the top to the bottom. off Mr. Boudreaux dogs. Then I got Mellow Yellow. Every single dog is coming down off Big John, Little John dogs. You know, that's 2 dogs. Now the third dog is gonna be Jeep dog. Every single dog in this third dog is coming down off Jeep. You know, every single dog from the top to the bottom. Now, the fourth dog, we'll say we got our Eli, we got our Red Boy Jocko, we got our Jeep, you know, and what, Bolio, you know, every single dog in that fourth dog is a Bolio dog. What the brother explained to me is a battlecross is a 4-way cross between 4 line bred dogs. You know, and then now you got you a battlecross dog. Now, I would have to take Mellow Yellow, breed her to the same kind of bred dog, the Boudreaux dog, which is all Boudreaux. I take her, breed her to the Boudreaux dog, and then I take another 2 dogs down here and breed them, the Bolio and the Jeep together. You see, the battlecross is like a plan. You got to plan it. You can't just do it until you have them dogs in their position. You got to have the dog on the top side cross with 2 different line bred dogs, and the dog on the bottom side cross with 2 different line bred dogs. I don't mean almost line bred and got a little bit of this and a little bit of that in it. I mean all line bred. Not, you know, all line bred. Now, what I didn't ask that brother is, when you got dogs like Red Boy Jocko Bolio, that's well, Red Boy Jocko is 2, and it could be considered 1. Red Boy Jocko will be considered 1 bloodline right now. Oh, you know, one strain. It's not 2 different strains at this point. You know, but the Red Boy Jocko Bolio, that's 2 different lines, you know. 2 different lines. And it could be 3. Now, let me ask you this. Wouldn't Mayday be a battlecross if you really look at that? If you look at it the way I'm giving it to you, wouldn't Mayday be a battlecross? Tombstone Bolio, Red Boy, and Jocko. Braid Miss Jocko with Yellow John, that's your first cross. Two line bred dogs making a breeding. That's your first cross, which would have been Grand Champion Yellow. Now, your second half was Hollingsworth Dolly. Now, I don't know if she got enough Tombstone in her, but I'm saying that's 2 different bloodlines. She's a Tombstone Bolio, line bred. And Grand Champion Yellow was a Red Boy Jocko line bred. Now you got Mayday. Red Boy Jocko, Tombstone Bolio. Would that be considered a battlecross to my brother? I know you're probably watching. You know, is that considered a battlecross? Or do we need to do more line breeding with the dogs outside of what Tombstone was really bred in the Mayday stuff? You know, like I said, I'm learning when it comes to this battlecross stuff because I've been hearing it. I've been hearing it so long. But I was just always, when I hear it, I hear brothers speaking about it. Like I said, like it's supposed to be more of a harder hitting dog. When in actuality, all you're doing is you just putting in line breeding great dogs. Or let me ask you this. Does it have to be 4 dogs? Does it have to be a 4-way cross? Could it be every single bloodline that you see in that dog is line bred? If you see Red Boy in there, if you go back and look in the pedigree, you see the Red Boy dogs, they all coming off a line bred dog. If you see Jeep in there, they all coming off of a line bred dog, not scattered bred. Any Jeep is going all back in that same area. Any bolio is going all back in that same area. You know what I'm saying? Or does it have to be a four-way? You know, I don't know. I don't know. Me, myself, that was never my focus when it comes to breeding. I would like, you know, I'm quite sure that way of breeding makes great dogs. You know, the four-way cross for 4 line bred dogs cross. But at the end of the day, let me ask you this. Once you get this dog that's considered battle cross from a 4-way cross, where do you go from there? Do you go back to your bolio? You go back to your Jeep? You go back to your red boy or your Jocko or whatever? On your next breeding I'm talking about, with that offspring or with the battle cross dog, when you breed him, who you breeding the battle cross dog to? Because you got to be careful. If you go into anything else outside of the lines that you got battle crossed, is now you got a scatterbred dog. You got line bred here, line bred there, line bred on the bottom side, and then you got another dog in here with bloods all over the place. So now we talking scatterbred, in my opinion. You know, you don't know where your traits are coming from. And see, I'm gonna say it like this. The more bloodlines you add into these dogs, battle cross or whatever kind of breeding you're doing, the more bloodlines you got, the less chance you got of pinpointing your traits, pinpointing your activities, getting the dogs that's producing the way they need to be producing. You know, he got a battle cross, what they call it, the four-way cross between 4 line bred dogs, but he ain't producing like none of the line bred dogs. And how do you trap that? You know, if you got your red boy Jocko, like I said, your bolio, tombstone bolio, your Jeep, and then your Eli, and you cross all them together, you liable to get the red boy Jocko traits, you liable to get the bolio traits, you liable to get the Jeep traits, you liable to get the Eli traits. You don't know what you're gonna get. Which can go both ways. It can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. But when you line breeding, one particular family, it allows you to see or allows you to know over a period of time what your, you know, like we always say, what your percentage is gonna be. Is this dog really even producing anything? You know, so, you know, to each his own, I'm gonna say it like this. Let me see. Just looking back at, you know, Sambo pedigree, looking at how he was bred, let me see if he would have been considered a battle cross. He was off of Fatty, which was a son of Yellow Son. Fatty was, you know, grand champion Yellow grandson. All right. So that's your red boy Jocko coming off Yellow. And Fatty had the Jeep in it coming down off Jaguar. All right, Jaguar was a pure Jeep bitch bred to a red boy Jocko dog, which was Toe Jam, grand champion Yellow Son. Pure Jeep bitch bred a grand champion Yellow Son to get champion Fatty. Fatty was Sambo daddy. All right, so we got a red boy Jocko Jeep dog over here, which is Fatty. Now we got Sambo mama, her name was Sadie. She was off the same Jeep bitch that Sambo daddy was off, the pure Jeep bitch. Sambo mama was off that same Jeep bitch, but a red boy top. Instead of red boy Jocko top, he had a red boy top. I mean, she had a red boy top. So she was red boy, pure Jeep on the bottom, and Sambo daddy was red boy Jocko on the top, pure Jeep on the bottom. So that's not a 4-way cross. That'll be three different dogs in it. Red boy Jocko Jeep, or red boy Jocko and Jeep. however you want to put it. You know, three different ways, and it could go back to 2 different strains of dogs. But being that we going so far back, you know, Sambo wasn't that far from these dogs. We can consider Red Boy and Jocko as 2 different strains of dogs. You know, Yellow John, when he bred the Miss Jocko, that wasn't that far from Sambo. So we can consider that 2 strains of line bred dogs. Yellow John was line bred. Tance Miss Jocko was line bred. You know, all right. So we can consider that 2 line bred. But then, you know, we got the Jeep. That's 3. But Mo Red Boy only makes going back to the Red Boy side of the stuff. So we only got 3. Sambo only got 3 bloodlines in him. So I don't think that'll be considered a battlecross. Or 3 line bred dogs, or will it? Could it be 3? Could it be 4? Could it be 5? You know? And everybody have their own opinion about it, man. Some brothers voice opinions about things that they don't have no knowledge about at all. Just to sound stupid, just to sound dumb. You know, when we up here trying to get and give knowledge to brothers, you know, if you don't know it, come try to learn it. And if you do know it, try to give it to brothers so they'll know it later on in the future. You know? Like I said, man, consistency is real. You know, high percentages is real. If you don't know, get your game up. If you don't know, get your production game up when it comes to these bulldogs. You know what I'm saying? It is not everybody don't breed their dogs across this country to hoping they get one good bulldog off the litter. You got brothers who breed and they dropping jammed up litters when they drop them litters. You know? And like I said, man, I'm not gonna be the one to sit here and act like I'm trying to down myself for the next person. No, none of that type of stuff. You know, salute to all the brothers out there that, you know, that I was commenting about on the last video. You know, salute to y'all brothers as well. Salute to Vance. You know what I'm saying? And salute to Rico. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, Rico. It is what it is, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the best breeder. I'm breeding the best stuff that I know for me. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you like it, you like it. That's why I always say, man, if I can win with it, why I'm worrying about you winning with it? And don't take that the wrong way. You know, you can't take it the wrong way. That don't mean I don't want you to have a good dog. But if I know dogs, and if I know I can work with this, that's all that matters. If you can't work with it, you got to step your game up. You got to figure out, you know, get something that you know that you can work with. Everybody don't like the same things. That's another thing that we got to understand. Everybody don't like the same things. Where I may love a lay down dog, you can't stand that. You know, so it just is what it is, man. I like a winner. You know what I'm saying? I like a winner. I like a hard-working dog, and I like a dog that I don't like dumb dogs. I like a dog that's gonna come till he can't come no more. I don't care what activity he's doing. You know, come till you can't come no more. If you got come left in you, and you stop coming, that ain't what I'm looking for. When you stop coming, you shouldn't have nothing left in you, period. You know, like I said, man, just giving my brothers, and we just talking about these battlecross dogs, you know, and then we know how brothers think when it comes to these dogs. So many different opinions when it comes to these dogs from the stuff that we talking about curves. When we say a 30-minute curve is the same thing, a curve is a curve. Just that statement alone let you know everybody not on the same level of thinking when it comes to these bulldogs. Everybody, even if you might like that dog and you might feel high on it, but just the way you be thinking, and curves a curve, man, that shit might not be nothing that you got over there. You know, Because a cur ain't a cur. A loss is a loss. I tell you that. A loss is a loss. No matter, oh, you went 5 hours, you lost. Yeah, you lost. You lost the money. You went 30 minutes, you lost. Yeah, you lost. You lost the money. But a cur ain't a cur. By far from it. You know? 30 minutes and 2 hours, you can't put them in the same damn boat. 3 hours, you can't put them in the same boat. 4 hours, you can't put them in the same boat with these dogs that don't even make it past 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You know? He went 30-some minutes, right at 40 minutes. You can't put them in the same boat. And then, you know, at the same time, you can, at the same time, everybody don't know how to condition dogs. Some people can pull the best out of dogs, like I always say. Some people can pull 100% out of dogs. Some people can pull 5% out of a dog, 50% out of a dog, 65% out of a dog. I go take this dog, this same dog that you was complaining about, I go take it, drop it off over there to Vanguard. Vanguard get 150% out of the dog. Oh man, that's the same dog I had? Yeah, that's him. I'm just doing something a little bit different than what you was doing. You know? And if you had that particular dog from a puppy, you start from a puppy right now. With my puppies that I got, I'm getting 150% out of these dogs, right? So you got to start early. You can't get 150% out of a dog that that you don't got it all in. You got to raise champions, is what I told you before. Your dog good, my dog good. Example, Wild Wild West days. You know, let's go back to the 90s. Your dog good, my dog good. You left your dog on the chain. I raised mine. I had a lot of dealings with my dog. It's very high chance. Very, very high chance. Like I said, your dog good, my dog good. If we bring our dogs into the show, your dog worked out real good. You got your dog excellent shape. I got mine in excellent shape. Mine got more bond with me than yours got. That's going to be real big in the championship rounds. You know, championship rounds don't necessarily mean 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Championship rounds for a particular show can be in 15 minutes. Your dog can see life or death in the first 10, 15 minutes of them shows back in the days. Now it depends on what he's going to do. See, if you don't got a bond with your dog, if you don't know what your dog really going to do, you will give up on your dog. Your dog ain't got to give up. You will give up. You will pick up. And listen, don't get it twisted. Brothers pick up all the time for dogs that are worth picking up. You know? Oh man, I ain't gonna, we were speaking about the 4-hour dog, 4-hour loss, or the 4-hour cur the other day. You know, that brother could have picked that dog up at 3 hours off the strength. But like I said, you can't pick your dog up when you got $20,000 on it. You can't pick your dog up when you got $50,000 on it. You got 1,000 on it, you can pick him up. You got 1,500 on it, you can pick him up. You got 500 on it, you can pick him up. You got 2,000 on it, you can pick him up. You can't pick him up for 20,000. You got to leave him down. And you lose a good dog. Yeah, man. Now let me speak about this topic. I'm capping about South Carolina Bulldog capital, man. Y'all take everything too personal. That's how you know half of y'all ain't Bulldog, half of y'all wannabes. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, South Carolina is the Bulldog capital. If you got a problem with me saying that, where the Bulldog capital at? You got a problem with me saying it? Where the Bulldog capital at? South Carolina, North Carolina. You know, where is that? Everybody in your damn pedigree every single motherfucker in your damn pedigree, at least 75% of y'all coming out of South Carolina and North Carolina. Every last one of them. Grand Champion, Yellow, the Jocko, the Jeep, the Tom Garner. You know what I'm saying? The Red Boy. Or maybe not the Bolio. You know, maybe not the Rascal. Maybe not the Eli. Now, because I want to say South Carolina, the Bulldog capital, what? Represent where you from. Represent what you, that's why I tell brothers. Brothers don't represent they shit, but they try to knock you for representing your shit. And what you see going on out here. And I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You know, like I said, the Bulldog capital. Brother, you act like when I said that means South Carolina got the best Bulldogs. That don't mean the best Bulldogs come from there. That just means it's going down over there. Over here in the South, we close to everybody. South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, North Carolina, you know. And see, this thing, we down south, we don't consider all them states up north the South. Virginia, Baltimore, we don't consider that the South. All of New York and all them folk up there, they consider Virginia the South, Baltimore, maybe going into the southern states. We don't consider all that the South. The South, we consider the South starting at North Carolina, Tennessee, and places like that coming down, you know. And that's why I say before, when it come to the same thing I'm speaking about now, where is the South? Virginia way of living and the Southern way of living is two different things. When you go back into your little black and white journals that y'all like to read, you know, start reading all the stories. Brothers, you got Tudor in Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? They start reading all the stories. Dog, it's going down in the South. You know? That's why when my brother All or Nut was speaking and he was saying he went into his stiffest competition down south. It's not saying it ain't no super hard bulldogging up north. It ain't no discredit to that. But if you a real deal bulldogger, you know what the South brings. Rural areas, wooded areas, a whole lot of wooded areas and a whole lot of tests and a whole lot of checking and a whole lot of matching. And when it comes to South Carolina, if it wasn't in that manner, the governor wouldn't be making them speeches that he making. The governor know what time it is. When it comes to bulldogging in South Carolina, North Carolina, like I said, see what brothers in North Carolina and South Carolina get 10 months unsupervised release and all kind of shit like that from getting busted 3 times in a matter of 19 months. See if anybody in North Carolina get that type of slap on the back. See if anybody in South Carolina get that type of slap on the back. And oh man, remember I told y'all I was gonna do the video about Paulding County, seeing about their sex offenders and all kind of stuff, seeing if they caught a lot of time, the way that brother that got 500 years did in Paulding County. Man, listen, I ain't gonna bullshit you not. Paulding County giving them time, boy. Paulding County is giving them time. I don't give a damn what you went there and did. You know, when I looked that shit up, man, sex offenders, the ones that I looked up over the past few years in Paulding County, man, these jokers getting life, 80-some years on top of life. Life plus 80. You know what I'm saying? They're getting a lot of time in Paulding, Georgia. That might be one of them cities that you just don't want to do nothing in. You know, they gonna drop the hammer on you. And then just so happened, he was over there with them dogs. I still say it's a little too much, you know. But I will say this, and I said this when it first happened. You know, maybe they'll reduce it to 5 years or 3 years or something. I don't know, you know. But it'd be a damn shame. It'd be a damn shame for that brother to do 20 years off of 500 years, which sounds like a hell of a deal. But when they add the rest of the story to it, he had some dogs. He had some pit bulls. None of them disfigured. None of them had their leg gone, their eyeballs gone. None of them had broken legs. You know, when you add that part of the story to it, and then you talk 500, it don't match. It don't go together. You know, but like I said, Paul in Georgia is not the place to go there and commit your crimes doing. They sending them off, man. You know what I'm saying? They sending them off. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did a little research, you know, because I was, like I said, I was gonna do the video on Paul in Georgia. Man, they is sending them off over there. But when it comes to them battle crosses, like we were speaking about, drop me some dogs, you know, that'll help me show these brothers what a battle cross dog is. You know, I'm gonna do my research as well to get some pedigrees, but give me some pedigrees of what a battle cross dog would be. A straight up battle cross dog. You know, and listen, brothers will do this as well. When I say line bred, that means all your dogs' bloodlines got to be in certain areas. It don't mean when you look at your dog, you see 4 different bloodlines in it and they all go in different directions. That's not no battle cross. You know, that's scatterbred. That dog not line bred. He ain't got no particular pattern how he was bred. You might have Jeep, Eli, Bolio, and Red Boy Jocko in one dog. And like I always say, man, you got to look at this whole entire pedigree when it comes to them dogs. Brothers will look at 3 different dogs, 4 different dogs, saying, oh, this the tightest of so-and-so, this the tightest of so-and-so. But then when you look at, it's tight. But then when you look at this dog, and you look at this dog, and you look at this dog, they going back to different bloodlines. And we try to overlook that. Just like how brothers say they got an Eli dog and only got Eli in the dog one time. Only got an Eli dog in their dog one time. They don't know how to recognize, none of the other dogs is recognizable. But they got that one Eli dog that's recognizable, known, and they say they got an Eli dog. They got a little bit of tab in it. They say they got a Jeep dog, a little bit of some Red Boy Jocko in it that you recognize in the 4th generation somewhere, and they say there's a Red Boy Jocko dog when it's not. You know, 4-way cross, line bred dogs. When you got line bred dogs, the blood is easily to spot. Oh, this Red Boy Jocko going all the way back in the 4th, all the way back to the 8th. Oh, this Jeep going all the way back to the 4th to the 8th. This Bolio, this Eli from the 4th to the 8th. Easy to spot. You know, but like I said, drop me some battle cross dogs. You know, dogs that been battle cross rather, and I'll speak about them or put them up on the next videos. You know, when y'all brothers, you know, make sure you don't get no chocolate dogs, because when your dogs come out chocolate, they ain't pit bulls. Chocolate is the new blue. You know, coming from that brother. Now I understand I know it's a debate when they say, oh, blue dog ain't a pit bull, or blue dog ain't a pit bull. That's a debate. But a chocolate dog, y'all are getting outrageous. Y'all are getting outrageous, man. And brothers, like I said, I don't understand how you can look at a dog outside of you don't see him scarred all up and say he never been in a box before. And I tell you, man, everybody aftercare ain't the same. Everybody aftercare not the same, and everybody dog don't take punishment the same when they get in that square. And all dogs scars don't stay on them the same as the next dog may. You know, this dog here, that's why I told you I never liked black dogs, because of that one reason. I roll this motherfucker, his scars, he look bad when he get in matches. But I can take another dog, a whole different color, and roll them back to back to back. And then I can take him and go walk him because his scars don't show up the same. It's no different, man. Because you don't see the scars, you think this dog is not been showed. It just tell you the way of thinking, these dog brothers out here, man. Just tell you the way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like I said, I don't need validation. I feel the way I feel, and it's gonna be how it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stay safe out there. Y'all have a great day and stay legal out there. It's your boy PB K9s on the PBC, and I want to send a big salute to my brother. Got that book on the way coming to you, man. Appreciate your order and your copy. Let me get that glare off of it. You know, let me get that glare off of it. There you go. Appreciate your order and your copy, my brother. It'll be to you soon. Hope you enjoy it, man. Hope you enjoy it. But anyway, y'all stay safe out there. Y'all stay legal out there. And remember, hold up. Get that glare. Remember, we all got it from first. The PBC, it's your boy PB K9s, and I'm out.